Welcome back to the Blue Wave Talk Show with your host, Duane Bluestein, and Miss Domestic Diva herself, Shelley Marie. Hey, you didn't put any new lipstick on. That's just, I've seen that one before.
No, you haven't.
I haven't seen that one?
No.
Is it new?
No.
So I
just haven't worn it.
Oh, then that's it.
No. See? Just stop playing me.
She left me hanging.
I did.
I'll do it myself.
Ooh.
And not like that.
The last segment.
What up, dog? What up, dog? You know what I'm saying, yo? What up? No, I can't do that.
No.
Ooh, that last segment. Ooh.
We're still talking about it. I'm still like finding flaws in that statement.
Hey, look, I was just trying to point out something that I just saw, and it just hit me, and it was weird, and I just wanted to hear some points.
Right.
I wanted to hear your points, and that one was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty deep. Sorry. Oh, no pun intended.
No pun intended. But look, would you go to a gay church?
I already said I would not go.
You wouldn't go.
But I'm not hating on them for wanting to have a place of praise and worship. They're not causing any problems. They're not hurting nobody's feelings. You know, I don't go to a Catholic church. I mean, I have been, but I go where I'm comfortable. If I'm comfortable there, I go. Like, come on,
I'm fine. I mean,
Armageddon is clearly coming. Okay, we already acknowledged that.
But I don't know. I didn't say. If I said that on the previous, I wasn't trying to assume anything.
Armageddon is coming, period.
Yeah.
My mom, Jehovah's Witness, she be telling me all the time it's coming. She's been saying it for 20-something years.
Oh, yeah. I know.
So, just for the record. But back to the love.
How he loves. I can't get these 3 words. I be trying, and I had to look at the CD again. Actually. How he loves Angela Young. Pick up the CD. We are going to go into celebrity gossip because I need to apologize.
For what?
For last week. I stated that we were talking about Lamar and Chloe.
And what are you apologizing for?
Well, I don't know yet. So we're going to talk about drugs, athletes, and entertainers. Mm-hmm. And I need you to tell me what this new, and I guess it's not a new drug. What's this Molly?
Molly. It's basically ecstasy on steroids. So you do know what ecstasy is, right? They brought it out in the 1920s to help with depression, and then we took it, not we, but, y'all, America, took it and turned it into something that you should have before going to parties.
So Molly is something on steroids from ecstasy?
No, it's an enhancer. So it's like ecstasy. Do you know what ecstasy is? Do y'all know what ecstasy is? Yeah, it's ecstasy. Okay. But it's like that except for it's super powerful. It's like the Hulk of ecstasy.
Okay, well, this is the new drug of choice that is really kind of being rampant, that everybody is really, talking about.
I mean, everybody's talking about. They got a song. I don't know who sings it, but it's like, pop the Molly, I'm sweating. And that's what they're talking about. Pop the Molly, and it makes you sweat. Yeah. Because you're, like, super active.
Well, and they said, when these people are taking this, your body temperature rises so much that they don't take in enough water. To cool
or they
their body
drink
down.
Alcohol,
right? So if you're dehydrating yourself with alcohol and you're popping and you're up there bouncing around and sweating to death, that's what you're doing, sweating to death. You're gonna die. So
pretty much.
So okay, so that kind of plays into the whole. Kids on the street today, I don't want to call out any names, but I had a young teenager tell me, I got a cough, I think I'm getting sick. All right, go and drink some orange juice and lay down and you'll be all right. I got to go to the doctor. So, you take them to the doctor, and then once they picked up the drug, they said, oh, this is the red stuff. This ain't the good stuff.
Okay.
The red stuff goes for this bottle $180 on the streets. So
because it has codeine in it and all that other stuff. And the only reason why I know this is A, I'm a mom, and B, I own a daycare, and B, and C, I have kids, and I have kids. And I think E40 had a song called Sipping on the Scissor, right? It was E40? I don't know. But it was scissor, and it was cough syrup and like another alcohol, and they would drink it. And third, if my kid comes to me and they're coughing, I am not taking your ass to the doctor and pay my copay for you to get some scissor and sell it to your homeboys. Not gonna happen, boo boo.
Well, hold on.
Sorry.
If your copay is $5 and they can get this bottle,
no. The copay to get to the doctor is usually like $20, and then the copay for the medicine is $5. So that's $30 that I'm
that's
not.
25.
25. Whatever.
That's 25. So math wise, they're making $150.
Right, and you're not making anything except for creating little drug heads. Yeah.
Okay, I mean I get it. I mean I saw.
Don't take your kids. Do your kids got a cough? No. Orange juice, vitamin C. Take a nap. Some Robitussin, something. But
$155 profit though. That's a pretty good profit. That is a pretty good profit.
Is it worth your soul?
Man, so you see how this show is going. We talk about souls. We get Armageddon.
Drugs.
Lord have mercy. We got 2 episodes left. 2 episodes. We got.
Oh, sorry.
Two episodes of the first season. Please pick us back up.
Please tune in.
Please pick us because
we're gonna be on the corner sipping on some scissor.
Oh my goodness! So. I wanted to apologize to you about the Lamar and Chloe because it appears that a basketball player may have a crack problem.
I don't know if you guys seen the pictures, but you can Google it. You can do whatever you want. Lamar Odom is what, 6'6"?
6'7",
and he looks like he weighs about as much as I do, and I'm 5'2".
Yeah.
And his eyes are starting to sink in, and he's actually checked himself into rehab for these addictions.
Now, you did have a great point that you sent to me.
I did. That's right.
You know what? She's riding this stuff today but I will replay.
What was I right about this time?
I will replay all the other episodes, and I will prove that it's using me this right. Yeah. But on this one right here, you were speaking about his father.
Yeah, him and his father had an estranged relationship growing up. Why? Because his father had an alcohol and drug problem. So my question was like, okay, is this prevalent because he was going through this with his father? You know, does the apple not fall far from the tree? You know, is he preconditioned to have drug problems because of his dad? Yeah. Is that possible? I mean, I don't know.
Well, okay, yes, maybe.
You know, do you have an addictive personality? Are you just or is it an industry thing? Because there's a lot of.
But he played in L.A. He played for the Lakers. He played for, and the reason that I bring up L.A. is it's a little more worldly in L.A.
Yeah, it's like Sin City.
Right, it's a little more worldly. And he was in Miami. He played in Miami for a while. And he struggled in Dallas. Mm-hmm. Like when he went to Dallas, he really didn't fit in. So I don't know if it was because Dallas is more of a place where it's not as conducive to his lifestyle. I've been to
Dallas and I've been to Houston. Matter of fact, I went when they had the playoffs there, and it was crunk, and everybody was popping mollies and they was sweating. So I don't think that's an exchange for anything. The location. If you have money and you like to kick it, you will find your vice. Period. They got strip clubs, they have bars, they have regular clubs. They have it all there. So there's no this. I get what you're saying. This is not L.A. It's not Miami. Yeah, it's not. But it's Dallas. Everything big comes in Dallas, including.
And hold on, 20 seconds. I lived in Dallas for 2 years. I get it. I understand that. I also know that those type of athletes can get to anything. Mm-hmm. Yes. But when you're in the confines of your team, as we were talking about before, of 82 games, it's a little easier when there's a worldly city that it's right next to you all the time and people are running to you, opposed to a city that is more in tune to their players of what's going on, because it's not. You said that you were there for the All-Star game or whatever it was, or the playoffs or anything, but we're talking about just everyday games where it's not that hype.
Right, it's not.
It's not that every day running into. But when you're in LA and Miami, it's a party
all the time.
All the time. Mm-hmm. So that's why he wanted to get back to LA and everything like that.
That's what he's used to. That's what he's, his DNA makeup is there. So that's understandable, preconditioned, because basically that's where he comes from.
So you brought up a point about Chloe. Mm-hmm. And you said Chloe was in a bad situation.
I know. I'm not a big Kardashian fan, but I'm a woman, so I understand and I feel bad. Like, poor little Chloe, she's had to deal with not only the public humility, and embarrassment of your husband being a crackhead. Allegedly being a crackhead, but there's been allegations of cheating. There's the mistress that is now pregnant, and you guys that watch the Kardashian know that Khloe's always been wanting a family and trying to have a baby, and now this broad is knocked up by your guy who's now in rehab.
Well, I don't know if we want to call her a broad. It's a mistress that
homewrecking hoe. Mistress. I would say the other word, but I was told I couldn't say it. I won't. Tramp. Huzzy. Hood rat. Ratchet. Sorry. And
I think I took a Molly because I'm sweating.
I'm just saying, I feel bad. Like, for any woman that has to have to go through this period, but then you have to do it in front of God and everybody. That is just, where's your peace? Where do you go? Where do you go to get your calm, to have a peace and quiet and look raggedy and cry your eyeballs out? She's always got the camera on her constantly, and she's got to still deal with her marital issues at the end of the day.
Lamar, please get off crack. I really didn't want you to be on crack. I mean, I was really defending you like ain't no NBA player on crack. We don't do crack. We hoopers.
Well, they do. The NBA strategically does drug tests around certain times. And why is that? Because they know everybody don't come up dirty.
Yes.
So is it the NBA's fault because they're intentionally basically putting these people at harm so they can make millions upon billions of dollars? That's bullshit. I call bullshit. Somebody needs to point the finger at somebody else. I mean, nobody put the crack pipe up to the boy's face. Okay?
Well, they might have. They might have.
But they're not protecting their star players
their
either.
Investment.
They're not.
Well, hold on. They are protecting their star players.
I don't know about all that either. What I said, will say they're not protecting their investment. Period. That's what I'll say.
Well, okay, but their investment goes as far as the stands, the arenas.
Where's the human quality? We're talking about human capital.
We're not.
You have to make sure your individuals, your employees, are on pace for to keep this machine going, to keep the engine going. If you're just worried about them for these few games, eventually...
I'm going to throw out a number right here. And this is off base of everything else. The NFL just concluded the concussion lawsuit that was going on.
Mm-hmm. So what happened?
They gave the players, the retired players that have been fighting for this, $743 million. Okay. Now, I want you guys to think about that. $743 million was distributed out to, I don't know how many players. And if you break it down to them, it's probably, I don't know, 300,000 apiece, maybe even less than that.
Before taxes.
Whatever it is. Okay? $743 million. The NFL made $9.3 billion last year.
Mm-hmm.
In 1 year. That's in 1 year. That's not their lifelong number of where they...
What's your point?
They don't care about these players.
Okay. Right. I agree.
The NBA doesn't care about these players. The NFL doesn't care about these players. No one really cares about the players. It's all about the brand on how they can keep this thing going. Because there are so many NBA players, NFL players, baseball players that can fill into those slots and fill up the arenas.
Right. So it's not. It's again right.
I don't care. I don't care about a Lamar. I don't care about a this. I don't care about.
They will when those lawsuits start coming down. When people see that
not when you have lawyers that are so strong that can carry this out longer than the lifespan of these players. Right. And that's what hurts so bad.
That just hurts so bad.
So
I agree.
I would, for me, let me be the commissioner because I'll change it up.
Change the game. I mean, speaking of changing the game, I mean, we could touch on, we're here locally in Arizona, so we had Michael Beasley.
Oh, yeah. He got cut.
He got cut. I don't even know if anybody's going to pick him up. But, I mean, is he going to be teaching Little League camp now? Or something crazy like that?
Well, I mean, his biggest problem is marijuana, and he's been in a lot of trouble since he's been here, and it's kind of frustrating. And I hope the best for him. But he was in Miami and went through that whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Wow.
listen, next week we have CC Peniston,
The birthday girl herself.
the birthday girl, to close us out for season 1. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to us. And I hope that we entertained you for 10 weeks.
Straight.
10 weeks straight?
Yep, 10 weeks.
Amazing. Hey,
Amazing.
I'm your host, Duane Bluestein. Miss Shelley Marie on the Blue Way Talk Show. We'll see you next week.